Hi and welcome to another Songwriting Sprint with Hookpad. Today it's all about beat making, so let's jump right in. So we start with an empty project and right away I noticed that there are far too many bars in here. I think 4 is enough for our little hip hop beat, so let's remove those measures. And I press B to open the band browser. And I want to make a really fat drum groove first. Before even thinking about harmony, I want just lay down a great groove here. So we click on drums, and then hip hop acoustic would be a great sound for hip hop beat. And let's try out the hip hop 16th straight beat. Okay, this is really fast, so let's turn down the tempo to about 100. Yeah, this is already much better. And I think a little swing would be great. We take the 16th swing and turn it down a bit. Let's see. Yeah, and I noticed that I like the kick and the snare, but I don't like the cymbals, so I will try to layer our beat of different drum grooves and different sounds. So I just copy this thing 2 times and start with the hip hop 16 straight again and just take the kick from here. There's a kick only patch. And for the second one, I just take the snare only. And for the third one, I'll take the hip hop offbeat patch and let's take only the cymbals here. So basically, the beat is still very much the same, but now we can start to play a bit around with it. We can open the new mixer tool here, and I want to have some more groove and some off timing. I'll show you what I mean. So with the new delay button here, we can just make the cymbals later, perhaps even later. And we can pitch it down a bit. And yeah, it's like a bit, with this little bit of off timing, I think it already sounds very much more like hip hop than before. I can show you again with no delay. It's very shy almost. And let's try 35 milliseconds, and it already starts to groove a bit. Okay, so the next thing I want to add is a shaker, and go to shakers, perhaps also the offbeat one. Let's take the 16th offbeat, and let's see. Yeah, and this is a bit too late. And let's right away move the shakers to the right side a bit and the hi-hats to the left. Let's see, 40 and oh, this is too far. Let's make 25 there too. So now there's already a bit of stereo panorama there, and we have a nice balance between the shaker on the one side and the hi-hat on the other side. So we can even turn down the shaker a bit. Yeah, I think this is enough. So the next thing I want to do is build a even bigger snare. So, and Yeah, perhaps we can also delay it a bit. Let's see. Put in 20 milliseconds here. Yeah, this is great. So I'll just duplicate the snare 2 times. And let's see what sounds we can layer. I think I start with the rock metal. And yeah, let's also use some of the hip hop beats there. Snare only. And let's see if we can pitch it up. Let's see how this sounds together. Yeah, I think it's great. And then perhaps let's layer in like a clap sound. And for this we can also use the rock metal sound, because it also has a great clap sound. Let's see. Snare only claps. Yeah, perhaps something like this. Yeah, not bad, I think. But this was the original sound. And these are all 3 snares together. And perhaps even pitch down the original sound. Yeah, I think it's fine. Let's listen to it. Turn down a bit. Yeah, I think this is enough for now, and I want to add a bit of a compression. Let's see. And we can even over compress it, I guess. Yeah, this is already sounding getting in the right direction. So let's add a bass, and I think we add a custom bass. So I'll just activate bass 4, which is my standard voice for bass sounds. And let's start with a bass guitar with a thumb bass. And I think I want to write in minor. So let's change the key to C minor, and then like something like yeah, let's start with a simple arpeggio. Yeah, let's just do 1 beat, 1 bar. Yeah, and then let's spice up the rhythmic a bit. Perhaps here, and make this later. Yeah, I think this is already a great start. So let's copy this, make a 2-bar phrase, and yeah, let's just like add a few 8th notes here. Yeah, I think this is already great. Let's just copy it, paste it, and thus we have like a 4-bar phrase here. Great. And next I want to make the bass a bit fatter. It's a bit shy and a bit moderate right now, so let's just duplicate it and see what sounds we can add. Let's solo it to find new good sounds. I think I want to have like a synthesizer sound, some bass even. Let's see, saw bass could be great. Let's see how this sounds. Yeah, this is adding a nice vibe here. Let's take it down. And then make another copy here. Let's see what else can we add. This could also be great. Yeah, it's a bit distorted. Yeah. And I think I'll add a tuba. I think every song should have a tuba in it. So let's add a tuba here. See what it sounds. Yeah, let's turn it down and see if this works. Yeah, why not? And I think we can even pan it a bit to make it wider. Pan the sawbars to the left. This time, okay. Minus 40 here. And the tuba to the right. Make a great balance between those two. Have the fat one, a bit down, and have the bass one. Yeah, I think this is enough for now. Let's de-solo everything. Turn down the compressor a bit, it's a bit too high right now. And I think the bass could also be like a bit later. Let's try 20 milliseconds for all those R's. And 20 and also 20. Let's see how this sounds. Okay. So the next thing I want to check is the kick drum. So this is the kick sound here. And I want to find a right pitch for the kick, so it's in the song key. It's also like on C. And I think I'll just try out some pitches here. Yeah, I think this is great. I think I'll just put in another kick, so it's like a bit more aggressive. Again, let's take the rock kick. And let's take, of course, the same 16 straight kick only patch here. So let's see how this sounds together. Pitch it up a bit. Yeah, let's now turn down the metal kick a bit. So this is the original kick. And this is just has a bit more attack, which might be useful. Okay. I think I like where this is going, so let's add some chords. I just add a bunch of one chords here, and then we can change it later. So let's look for some sounds here. We don't need a second bass because we have already our bass. So I think a choir would be nice. Vocals, female. Let's see. Yeah, this is getting great. Let's even take a bit higher one. Yeah, I think this is great. And yeah, let's shorten it a bit. Oops. Let's see how this works. Yeah, I think those breaks are great there. And just copy these ones over. And perhaps we'll need some other chords at the end. Perhaps like an 7 or 6 chord. And a 7. Let's see how this sounds. Yeah, I think this one is too high, so let's try one lower. Yeah, this is a great voicing now. And yeah, let's just adjust the bass here to also have like this 6-7-1 bass line or chord progression. I think G is okay, and let's just take the D here because it's in B flat. Okay, this is already great. Let's add some more harmony instruments. Just make 2 of them perhaps. And so what else can we add? I think there's, yeah, let's try in the synth section here. There's a thing called strings, which is like choir strings. And I think it's a more of a distorted sound, so let's check this out. Yeah. Okay. And I think like some strings would also be great. We have a... Oh, we have this staccato sound here. Let's see how like this sounds. Yeah, perhaps this transposition. Delay it a bit. And perhaps add like a piano sound too. Let's see. Keys and... Oh, let's try this funky out. Let's see how this sounds. Turn it down a bit. And let's see. Yeah, what we could do is also like have a better stereo panorama with all our harmony instruments. So let's just create a good balance between the choir on the left, and let's try -50 here, and the strings on the right. So let's see how this sounds. That's a bit too much stereo. Try it like this. And then we have also place. Yeah, let's just place the piano on the right. Let's say 25. And this strings on the left. And Yeah, so basically what we have done right now is put every harmony instrument to the right and the left, so we have enough space for the bass line and for the kick and for the snare and everything in the middle. So just spaced everything a bit out so we will be able to hear the other important instruments better. So let's see how this sounds. And let's just make the bass a bit more. Put these a bit down. This is the bass here. Yeah, I think this is already quite great. And yeah, what we can do is add another melody, like a little hicks, not hicks, but hooks. And let's see what we can do here. I think something like one. Yeah, let's try something like this. Quarter note is up, and then some 16th note, I guess. Like 4 and rest. Oops, this was okay. Almost got it right from my ear. Let's move these to the left. Yeah, why not? Let's copy this over. Copy the rest too, so we can. So then let's see if we can find a great sound for this before we adjust and tweak the melody. So I'm thinking about more like an ukulele sound or like a mandolin with much attack but a bit like a synthesizer. I think we have one which is from the chiptune sets, which could sound like this. Oh yeah, chiptune. Let's see if it was the lead one. Let's try the legato one. Yeah, let's take this and let's layer in another sound, perhaps even layer in an external mandolin. Perhaps the higher octave. Yeah. Let's see how this sounds. Let's just turn it down. I think here we need like something else. Let's add 2 more notes here. Move them to the right. Let's see what this sounds like. Let's No, this is nothing which goes in the right direction because we... the reason why it doesn't work is because we have like 2 beats of B flat, and so we could try it like this. Let's just try like a little scale here. Yeah, perhaps this is enough. Yeah, I think it's almost finished because we can take a higher note here. And let's make like a little pickup here. Cut this rest into half. Bum 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 bum. Let's make a 1 here. Yeah, and I think if this is like short, then it should be okay. And actually we can try these every time. Let's see how this sounds. No, I'm not sure about this. Yeah, let's check out the sound a bit better. And perhaps we can layer in even another synthesizer here, like a short one. Oh, this could be too long. Let's see. Yeah, perhaps like a bell. Oh, this no, perhaps what is plugged. Let's see what this is. Yeah, this could be great. Yeah, let's try this out. Okay, and I think we're done. Let's listen to it once again. And yeah, I think I'm happy with it. The only thing I want to do still is make it a bit later. Let's use like 20 milliseconds for everything. And then I'm happy, I promise. Yeah, I think this is already the start of something great. The next steps on the way to become a real song for this snippet would be to repeat it over and over and add some interesting instrumentation for it, like breaks or parts without the drums, without the bass, without the hook melody we created at the end, and then of course write some lyrics for it, and then record some awesome rap vocals, and in the end make a real song out of it. I share the project with you so you can open it in Hookpad and see in detail what I have done, or even get creative and make more parts, change the instrumentation, create a great song out of it. If you want to share it, you can just post your link to it in the comments below, and I'll be happy to listen to it and give you some feedback. Until then, see you soon. Bye!